Hezbollah claims it struck an Israeli F-16. Iranian media backs it. But Israel says nothing, and there's no proof. In this war, the real battle may be over the narrative. Claims that an Israeli fighter jet was struck by a Hezbollah surface-to-air missile have circulated amid escalating clashes in southern Lebanon, but remain unverified with no independent confirmation. Iranian state-linked media, including IRIB, reported that a US-made F-16 had been hit in recent days. Hezbollah separately claimed it had confronted an Israeli aircraft over the Bekaa Valley using a surface-to-air missile. Israeli officials have issued no confirmation, and no credible evidence, such as wreckage imagery or official acknowledgement, has emerged so far. The claims appear to fit a broader pattern of contested and often unverified reports of aerial losses during the early April phase of the Iran-Israel conflict. Iranian sources have previously asserted that they downed a US F-16 over Fars province in southern Iran in late March or early April, though these claims remain disputed. Other reports from April 1st to April 6th have pointed to multiple aerial losses across the region, including US F-15E Strike Eagles, MQ-9 Reaper drones, and helicopters, some reportedly lost during rescue operations. While certain drone losses have been acknowledged, several high-profile claims involving manned aircraft have not been independently verified. Hezbollah has meanwhile intensified rocket and missile attacks into northern Israel and has claimed responsibility for downing several Israeli drones, including Hermes 450 systems. However, its more significant claims involving manned fighter jets remain unconfirmed and are difficult to verify. The United States has denied several Iranian assertions while confirming ongoing search and rescue efforts for air crews and acknowledging limited drone losses. As of mid-April 2026, analysts note that claims from Iranian and Hezbollah-affiliated channels are frequently countered by US and Israeli officials. In the absence of independently verifiable evidence, the true scale of aerial losses remains unclear amid a rapidly evolving and information-heavy conflict environment. At least 10 Israeli soldiers have been wounded in intense clashes with Hezbollah fighters in the southern Lebanese town of Bint Jbeil, with 3 reported to be in serious condition. According to the Israeli army, the soldiers of the paratroopers brigade were taken to a hospital and their families were notified. The IDF said that 3 soldiers were listed in serious condition, 1 in moderate condition, and 6 were lightly hurt. Earlier, the Israeli army said on April 13th that 8 of its soldiers were wounded when an explosives-laden drone targeted its forces in southern Lebanon. It reported a total of 154 officers and soldiers injured in southern Lebanon since April 9th. Bint Jbeil, a Hezbollah stronghold, has been the focus of IDF operations in southern Lebanon in recent days. The operation is part of a broader effort to weaken Hezbollah's ability to launch attacks into northern Israel and establish a security buffer along the border. Hezbollah, for its part, continues to resist. The group has deployed rockets, drones, and anti-tank weapons against Israeli forces, targeting troops both inside and around Bint Jbeil. Reports indicate ongoing skirmishes and ambush-style attacks, slowing Israeli advances and underscoring the group's entrenched presence in the area. The broader conflict is also escalating beyond the town. Israel has carried out extensive airstrikes across southern Lebanon, while Hezbollah has continued launching rockets into northern Israel. The violence comes despite ongoing diplomatic efforts, with talks between Israel and Lebanon facing resistance, particularly from Hezbollah, which opposes negotiations without a ceasefire. Bint Jbeil's significance goes beyond immediate military gains. Often described as a symbolic center of Hezbollah's resistance, control of the town carries both strategic and psychological weight. Its capture would mark a major blow to the group's narrative and operational foothold in southern Lebanon. For now, the battle remains unresolved. Israeli forces are advancing, but Hezbollah continues to fight back. With casualties mounting on both sides and no ceasefire in place, Bint Jbeil has become a focal point in a widening conflict that risks drawing the region deeper into prolonged confrontation. Hezbollah has launched a large-scale wave of coordinated drone and rocket attacks targeting Israeli military positions and settlements across the northern front. According to the group, operations centered on the use of FPV and one-way attack drones, deployed in swarms against troop concentrations, barracks, and command infrastructure. Multiple Israeli positions came under sustained attack, including Kiryat Shmona, Metula, Misgav Am, and Dovev, with combined drone swarms and rocket salvos targeting both military sites and troop gatherings. Hezbollah said drone swarms struck key installations such as the Kiryat Shmona barracks, Avivim barracks, and the Amiad base near the Sea of Galilee, alongside troop concentrations in Shlomi, Kfar Giladi, and Nakura. A separate coordinated FPV drone operation targeted 6 high-value sites, including troop sleeping quarters, command and control rooms, and operational tents across Yiftah, Beit Hillel, and Margalil. The group also released operational footage showing drone swarm strikes on Israeli positions in Even Menachem and the Kirbet Ma'ar area, indicating an expansion of precision drone warfare tactics. Simultaneously, artillery units shelled Israeli troop positions in southern Lebanon, including the Blat site, while drone strikes ignited fires at elevated positions such as Al-Owaidah Hill near Odaiza. On the Israeli side, the impact of the attacks was also felt in civilian areas. According to emergency services, a rocket barrage targeting Nahariya resulted in casualties. At least one woman was wounded after a rocket struck a residential building, with 6 other projectiles intercepted by Israeli air defenses. The scale and coordination of the attacks suggest a shift towards sustained drone swarm tactics, combining reconnaissance, precision targeting, and saturation strikes to overwhelm defensive systems. As both sides intensify operations along the northern front, the battlefield is increasingly defined by unmanned systems, raising the stakes for escalation and testing the limits of air defense in a rapidly evolving conflict. Israel's military says it is on the verge of capturing one of Hezbollah's most symbolic strongholds in southern Lebanon, marking a potentially significant turning point in the conflict. The town of Bint Jbeil, long considered a center of Hezbollah's power, has been the focus of intense fighting in recent days. Israeli forces, led by the 98th Division, have encircled the area and launched a coordinated ground offensive, aiming to dismantle the group's remaining infrastructure. In addition to Division 98, Divisions 162, 146, 91, and 36 are operating in southern Lebanon. According to the IDF, the operation has already dealt a heavy blow to Hezbollah's presence in the town.
The troops eliminated more than 100 terrorists from the Hezbollah terror organization in close-quarters combat and from the air, destroyed dozens of terrorist infrastructures, and located hundreds of weapons in the area.
Israeli officials say the town was first isolated to prevent reinforcements or escape routes before troops moved in for close-quarters combat supported by air power. The military claims hundreds of weapons have been seized and key positions, including the town's central stadium, have been captured. Bint Jbeil carries deep symbolic weight. It was here, in the year 2000, that Hezbollah's former leader Hassan Nasrallah declared Israel weaker than a spider web, following Israel's withdrawal from southern Lebanon. The current offensive appears aimed not just at military gains, but at dismantling that legacy.
Bint Jbeil. The year is 2026. Our forces control the space, destroying terrorist infrastructure and killing dozens of terrorists. Behind us are the residents of the north whom we protect. Before us are the national days that remind us why and for what we are fighting.
Several IDF soldiers have been wounded during the offensive in Bint Jbeil. On April 12th, 2 paratroopers were moderately injured in a Hezbollah rocket attack in the area. Israeli officials estimated that it would likely take a few more days to complete the operations in Bint Jbeil, during which the division aims to kill the remaining few dozen operatives there and locate Hezbollah infrastructure. The battle, however, is far from over.